Greetings, brethren, sisterin, and everyone in betweenerin, and welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. Now, Doodle should be here any second. He heard me talking. He knows there's always food when I start talking. There he is. It's Doodle. So Doodle's joining us today. Hey, Food Taster TV, early. I got my first dose yesterday, and I'm a bit under the weather today. Wow. Food Taster, I got the Pfizer as well. I didn't really have a problem with the first one. I kind of felt like I got punched in the arm. But there was a second one. When I got the second one, I had a slight fever and chills and stuff, and that just went away for like overnight. So hopefully you'll be doing better. But congratulations on your first Fauci ouchie, or whatever they're calling it in Canada. Welcome. Also welcome Janice. Good to see you. I'll probably mention again later. So usually Tom Raymond, old guy in Colorado, is one of the first ones in the room. But he will not be joining us today because today is his anniversary. So I would not expect him to join us. I hope he doesn't change his mind and join us because he needs to enjoy his anniversary. So I guess we can all wish Tom and Mrs. Old Guy a very happy anniversary today. So we don't know who else is going to show up. It's funny because I have Janice and Food Taster, and that number up at the top there says 1. So I don't know. You guys are still there. Can you hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Janice? Food Taster? Did we drop the stream again? That would suck. I'm not. Let's see. Have an internet connection. We are on. Good. Scared me there for a second. Because you never know. You never know. We've had problems in the past. It's really a kind of a slow day. Now we're up to 3, but I only see two people in the chat. Maybe it counts me. Oh, it's going up there. There's 4. We're going. I also let people know very, very early in the week. So I send out notification early in the week. I think it was like Tuesday. So maybe I send it out too early. But I think most of the people who come in to watch the live stream, the regulars always know it's usually at the same time, on Saturdays. But I might be able to talk. Well, that's okay. You can just enjoy the conversation. Too bad there's no way that you could do like text, voice to text. That would be kind of cool. So you just tell the computer what you want to say and it types it in, and that would be cool. The only thing is if you leave the mic open and stuff and you say something that you might not want to have said, that could be a little problematic. So Food Taster, based on the promise that I made to you and kept, promises made, promises kept, the promise that I made to you in that our live stream, the name of the live stream would always be kind of what we're doing. So if we buy everything from 99 Ranch Market, it's going to be in the title and everything. And today, you'll notice that today is Trippy Food live stream 44. And that's because it's kind of a grab bag, and I got things for the stream today in a bunch of different places, and so as a grab bag, it'll just be numbered like that. So that's why we don't really have a theme in our little snacks. So I'll wait for a few more people to come in the room before I start reviewing the snacks. So how was everybody today on this bright and cheerful stuff? Oh, you know what? I bet you that we are not going to, now I know this probably is not the case in Canada, but I bet you that we are probably not going to get a lot of people today because this is Memorial Day weekend in the United States. And because it's Memorial Day weekend, people take a long weekend. And so this is typically when people, start the vacations, go out to the beach, take advantage of the fact that they don't have to take a day off on Monday. And they take a long weekend. So I have a feeling that it's gonna be kind of a quiet group today, a small group today, because people are out and about on their way to or enjoying their 3-day weekend. A lot of people, what some people do is, because everyone in the U.S. gets the day off, or most, unless you're working retail or food service or something along those lines, in which case you probably have to work. But most corporate jobs are off on Monday, And so what some people do is if they don't have as much vacation time, they usually take that whole week off So they only have to take 4 days off as opposed to taking 5 days off. And we probably will not see a lot of people because of that. So they make a very, very long vacation week out of it. So maybe even started Friday afternoon, and then they have this weekend, all of this, next weekend as well. So I'm trying to think. I was trying to think if we had anything rescheduled, but I think we're good. So we'll be back seeing Bet Time, same Bet channel next week, and we got a lot of stuff coming up. We have a lot of stuff that we've already done. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. Hey, John King in the room. Welcome, John. Good to see you again. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but this past week, Reckless Eating released their part 1 of the main show trip that we did to Las Vegas. They released part 2 today. So that part's out. So afterwards, you can go and check that out. And so we released a whole bunch. It was kind of a busy week for us because we released sometimes 2 to 3 videos a day, because there was a bunch of videos that we also did, Trippy food videos that we also did when we were out in Las Vegas with Reckless Eating. So we released a bunch of stuff today. So in case you hadn't noticed, most of this week was Las Vegas or Las Vegas trip based videos and everything. So we just recently filmed another collaboration with Beyond Seattle Eats. That should be out. I think I'm going to shoot for Tuesday. I wasn't shooting for Monday, but Monday being Memorial Day, I think we're going to try to do a special Memorial Day episode, and then we'll do the episode with Katie from Beyond Seattle Eats on Tuesday. Next week, we're going to try to get together with Janice Yamanaka and film some stuff with her. I'm still waiting on Matt from Reckless Eating to find out what days we'll be going down her way to film some stuff. And so it's probably going to be a busy week. I am doing fine, John. Thank you very much for asking. And yourself? I hope you are doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. So, we have a small group, but that's okay. I'm seeing the number 7. I'm only seeing 3 people in the chat. So I have Janice, John, and Food Taster. Sorry, Food Taster, but, not everybody has to have a name that starts with a J. I will wait. I'll wait maybe 10 minutes or so. We'll see if we can get some more people in the room before we go over today's snacks. And so we're back to kind of the way we were doing things before. We have our food and drink trivia cards that we pretend to read off of. We'll be doing that today. Hopefully, we'll also be able to get to some noteworthy news items that we usually throw out there as well. So, but hey guys, oh, there we go. Okay, I was just going to say, okay. So the thing about my camera is I've been using my iPhone because my camera was in the shop. So they called me last week. And they said that they can't fix it because they can't get the parts for it. So I went and picked it up, and then there's another camera shop. It's not too far away, and I dropped the camera off there, and I told them that the other place couldn't fix it because they couldn't find the parts, and they said we probably can fix it. So I'm supposed to call them Tuesday to see if they get the camera fixed. So until then, I'm using the iPhone. It's not too bad. It's a little bit of a pain, but as you can see here, I have a what would you call that? A bracket, a holder, or whatever, on my tripod, so it actually holds the iPhone, so I can kind of position the iPhone the same way I would the camera. So we're kind of doing that, but we'll make the best of it. The iPhone actually doesn't take too bad videos. The issue is, with a camera or with a video camera or a camcorder, you can zoom in or zoom out, make it bigger, make it small, and everything. And the iPhone, unless you shoot at just the normal focus, I guess focus, would that be it? Focus, the distance? Unless you shoot at the normal focus, then it gets kind of grainy and stuff. It's also kind of weird in different lighting situations and everything, but for now, it'll have to do. So either way, Janice, I'm gonna go look at a camera today, see about maybe buying a camera. It doesn't have as much bells and whistles as the one I had, but But if it works, then I'll have another camera, and then if they can fix my other camera, I'll have two, and I'll have backup just in case. So always helps to have a backup. Are you drinking beer today? Yes, today is a Trippy Food beer night or beer day. But you know, on the West Coast, is it night already? No, it's only like, what is it, 4:10 p.m. on the East Coast. And it's night in Europe, so for the Europeans, it is still Trippy Food Beer Night. We are going to do a beer today because it is Trippy Food Beer Night. And no, John, I'm not going to chug the beer. Two reasons why you will not see me chug on the live stream. One, I'm not a chugger, so like I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I chugged that beer, and I don't know what would. I don't know how the rest of the live stream would go, especially if it's like one of the first things I do. And I chug the beer. It's like all bets are off on what kind of show it is. I could be slurring. I could be talking about not total nonsense. I have no idea. So that's one reason. Two reasons. The second reason is that that YouTube does not allow it. So if they see chugging in the video, they're going to ask me to take the video down. So and our live streams get recorded and they are up for everybody to watch after the fact. And I have not yet had any strike from YouTube as far as content goes, asking me to take anything down. So I want to keep that. I want to keep it that way. We try to maintain, and this isn't news to anybody, but we try to maintain a family environment here. Just so that you can watch the live stream with your kids. We have kids on, Dallas, my grandson, DJ, he's been on several times. My granddaughters usually watch the show frequently. So I want it to be, watch the live streams frequently. I want it to be something that you can do with your family without saying like, oh my God, I don't want my kid to hear this, or I don't want my kid to see this, and things along those lines. So we keep it family friendly, and we also do that with the Trippy Food episodes. So we want to continue to do that, and I think the benefit of that is that we don't get any strikes. Now, some of you may ask, well, Val, I guess you're a pretty much straight-laced guy, pretty much even keeled, whatever. I would suggest that you watch the second main show, We Go main show in Las Vegas. And you may change your mind about that. So yeah, I use salty language. I do. I didn't chug, but I was under the influence in there. So check that out, and you'll see the other side of me. So I am drinking Coors Light. I have not had Coors or Coors Light. A food taster. I have an iPhone 7. It's not like the one with the multiple lenses and stuff like that. I've had it for a while, but it actually takes pretty good video. John, I've not had Coors Light in a while. I've not had Coors in a while, and I'm trying to remember if I even liked it, if it was even any good. So I will have to kind of revisit that. I took a RSO chocolate. Will be ready in an hour. RSO. I'm gonna see where you say ready in an hour. I don't know what an RSO chocolate is, but I'm assuming it's either an edible, which chocolate is edible, kids. It is either an edible or it's a laxative. So I'm not sure which, but either way, Ryan, I'm glad you're with us. And if you have to run off, I'll understand. So there we go. Let's see, brother, I will chug a beer for you, John. You know what? If you want to do it for me, enjoy that beer, sip that beer. Savor that beer. If you're doing it for me, you don't have to chug for me, but enjoy that beer for me. See how it tastes. Let it sit on your tongue. Get the flavor of it. See if you can taste nuances in it and everything. So that you can do for me, and then you can review it for us so that you can come out and tell us exactly what you think of the flavor of Coors Light. Very strong medicine, not a laxative. Okay, Ryan. Gotcha. Wasn't Janice a mod? Should be. I don't want to force people to be mods. If Janice wants to be a mod, I will make Janice a mod. She's certainly here for every single episode. I don't necessarily want people to feel like they have to work while they're while they're on the stream. And I would definitely want to make it somebody who's here on a regular basis, or almost every episode. Like if Tom wanted to be a mod, I would make Tom a mod. But if I made Tom the only mod, he's not here today, we'd kind of be out of luck. Right now, right now, I'm looking at the number here. We only have 5 people in the chat, so it's pretty manageable. I suppose I could delete. I could delete something if it's if it's questionable or risky or something. But Janice is pretty good at letting people know and go like, hey, just reminding you it's a it's family channel or whatever. But to be honest with you, it's been, I don't know how long it's been. I don't remember when that we did our first live stream. Maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I don't remember. But people have been really, really, really good. I can't remember a single incident where I had to like ban somebody or even get rid of something. Every once in a while, somebody starts throwing some stuff in there, and they kind of like push that line, push the envelope. But then I usually tell them we're not doing that today. So, yeah, Ryan. Like I said, thank you, Janice. I might actually do that again. It's not as critical right now because we don't have a big, we don't have a lot of people in the chat. But moving forward, as hopefully it increases, that would be the case. You don't really need mods. Sometimes use it as a way to recognize loyal fans. Well, I would definitely say Janice is a loyal fan. Janice has the unique distinction of having participated in every single live stream we've done, bar none. Since we started streaming, she was on the very, very first original live stream, and she has not missed one. She has not missed a single live stream since we started live streaming. So she has the unique distinction of not having missed a single live stream. So I'm slowly sipping my beer. All right, John. All right for you. Good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Now, John, your birthday is next Friday, I think. Next Friday. So we'll toast you. Oh, well, next week is non-trippy food beer night, so we will toast you with a non-alcoholic beverage next week for your birthday. You lurk, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't know who is who is watching the live stream if they don't participate in the chat. So I know that Janice participates in the chat. So let me reverse that and let me say that Janice has the unique distinction of participating in the chat in every live stream that we've done. So we'll say that. That's fair. Doodle is like, I don't know if he's begging for snacks, but I need to get his nails because he's like a rake on my arm. Come here, Doodle. Come here. It's Doodle, everybody. Doodle. He's like, he smells food up here. Doodle, look, Doodle, over here, Doodle. Look over here. It's your adoring public, Doodle. It's your adoring public. They want to know what you're doing, Doodle. They want to know everything about you. Hi, I'm Doodle. I wouldn't be his voice. All right, Doodle. You know what? I'll tell you what. I will give you a snack. Oh my God, I'm gonna die of cuteness. He's sitting there like this on two. It's the most adorable thing I've ever seen in my life. And unfortunately, I can't move the camera down so that you can see that. Though. We will give him a snack. We will give him a chicken snack. Hey, Lynn 801 in the room. Welcome, Lynn. I was going to say I haven't seen you in a while, but that's not true. I think you were on our last live stream, and I also saw you on Reckless Eating's live stream. I believe Reckless Eating is, Matt, from Reckless Eating. I believe he'll be streaming today. He typically does on Saturday. Tom, old guy in Colorado, will not be streaming today because he is enjoying his anniversary. Jackie Hero she usually does a Saturday live stream, so she will probably be on later as well. But I'll remind everybody, Tom is not live streaming today. Reckless Eating probably is, and they think they usually start around 3 o'clock, which is the time that unless it varies. I don't know if it varies or not. So, all right, I think this is probably as good as it's going to get. So, people come in, people come out, go out, whatever. Does Doodle like tuna fish? I don't know that we've actually given him tuna fish. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think he would like it. We give him salmon. He has like these salmon snacks that are made of salmon. But the dog food that we buy him that he likes is beef, turkey, and chicken. But yeah, I bet he would like tuna fish. Maybe the thing is the tuna fish that we buy is packed in olive oil, and dogs can't eat olives. So we'd have to get him like packed in spring water or something like that. But yeah, we'll give it a try. A little special treat for him. I am happy for Tom. A loving relationship is one of the finest spices. Yeah, and I believe they've been married for quite a while, a long time. I'm not sure exactly how long, but you know you can tell when you're watching their videos. You can tell that they have a great relationship and everything, and to treat each other with respect and everything. So more power to them. All right, food taster. We will see you shortly. Let me review our snacks today. I'm not going to do them in any special order, and we'll just figure out the order as we do it. So our first one is going to be these. The thing that attracted me to this originally is I thought that these were like those the French's fried onions, but they're not. They're jalapenos. So these are let me try that in English. Trader Joe's crispy jalapeno pieces. And so I imagine you would use these for cooking. Like if you're going to make a green bean casserole, maybe you put these in instead of the fried onions. But we decided we're just going to snack on them. I don't see anything that says like serving suggestion or anything. Oh, sprinkle on mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, sushi. Who the hell sprinkles this on? Oh, no. I guess it would be like a topping on sushi, maybe crumbled up. Tacos, a little odd for tacos. Nachos or vegetable dishes. So this says serving suggestion down here, and it's showing a bowl full of these. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to, that's our serving suggestion. We're going to eat them right out of the can. Hi, Doodle. Doodle's back again, and he's just kind of putting his hands on my leg. I'm trying to avoid putting my arm down there because he scratches it up with his long claws. He needs to go back. He needs to get his nails done again. Welcome, Drew Hurst. Good to see you. Always welcome. We have the French's version of the crispy jalapeno. Oh, French's does it as well. That's interesting. This is the first time I ever saw these. But, you know, it makes sense that French's does it since they've been doing the onions for, you know, decades, if not a century. I don't know how old French's is. French's is probably a very old company. Val, have you had Sabritones puff wheat chips flavored chili and lime? We did one Sabritones product, or maybe a couple, pretty early on, but I don't remember which one it was, so I'm not really sure. But either way, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that they're all from the same company that does not Takis. There's another product like a Latin American snack company, and there's like 4 snack companies, and they're all related, and I believe that's one of them. So I will check. If we have not done it on a live stream, then I will look to see about getting those. I was thinking of maybe doing our next live stream using Latin American products that we buy at a Latin American grocery. So, you know, that will obviously be named as opposed to numbered. So this is going to be our first snack. This is the first snack I'm covering. We may not eat it first. Secondly, we have this from Shrewd Food. Shrewd Food is the company, and these are baked cheddar protein puffs, or baked cheddar flavored. I don't know how much is real cheese in it. Yeah, whey cheddar cheese. Sure, there's real cheese in it. So I'm a little bit nervous about this because everything about something called protein puffs kind of sounds like it lacks taste, and it's just designed to give you, to provide protein and everything. So I'm always a little bit hesitant about something, something that would be called protein puffs, as opposed to like cheese puffs or something along those lines. A little bit hesitant about it, but it looked interesting enough to try, and that's what we're going to do. Get those and try them with bean dip. I will, John. Thank you for suggesting that. I got the jalapeno popper salad from when? Oh, the jalapeno popper salad. Yeah, because I think that was the alternate to the jalapeno popper burger. I think they said you could get it as a salad or you could get it as a burger. They had crispy jalapeno bits. It was really well put together. Yeah. Also, the crispy jalapeno bits were in the burger, in the jalapeno popper burger as well. Okay, so that's number 2. Well, hopefully it's not number 2. Let's see. Let's do this next. Now, this is the company is Acme. Acme Smoke. Oh, I'm sorry. Shrewd Food is out of Hauppauge, New York. So this is Acme. Acme is the company, and this is smoked salmon candy. Now, I put this in a plastic bag, and the reason is, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like the way the bag was sealed, they did it at an angle. It was incorrectly done. It was done at an angle, and I think there's like a little hole in the bottom of the bag, and so oil has been coming out of that bag. So the thing is, I'm gonna eat it anyway, but this could be our last episode. So, you know, if you see me eat that and then like something terrible happens and everything, you know, just, you know, call 911 or something. I'll figure it out. Crispy jalapenos and onions go on, well, literally everything. I imagine, I can't think of, like, the only thing I would not put them on would be like ice cream. Don't think they would go good on ice cream. They might even go good on pie, but not ice cream. Hate the IRS. I do as well, John King. They should, I mean, you would think that they could really, really simplify things, but I don't know why they don't. It's just crazy. Anyways, this is, Acme is, what we're going to eat today is salmon candy. It says great for snacking, so probably won't kill me, which is good. I don't want to die. Let's see, number 3. No, that's 4. Number 4. We're actually doing 5 today, but one is kind of like a 2 things put together. This is, the company is El Molienda. Wait, oh, I didn't mention that Acme smoked fish is from Brooklyn, New York. This is La Molienda, and this is coconut candy, also called Mega Leche. And Mega Leche candy has 3 ingredients: coconut, milk, and sugar. So I imagine it's going to taste like a moist, what do you call those cookies? Macaroon, like a moist macaroon, maybe, you know, or like a tres leche cake with coconut. So, I think it's going to probably be pretty good. And then also from La Molienda, it says jumbo size peanut caramel. Now, I was a little bit surprised, peanut caramel, because they feel hard. They don't feel like they have any caramel in them. What I think these might be are the same thing as if you guys ever have burnt peanuts, or they're called burnt peanuts, or the French burnt peanuts, I think they might be called, which is like a Boston baked bean. So it has a candy shell, but it has kind of like a bumpy, crunchy candy shell in it. I'm also looking at it, it looks like there's some just like whole peanuts in there. You can see that. And so I'm thinking, like, I don't know where the caramel comes up, unless what they're doing is they're putting sugar in a pan and letting it turn to, like, adding a little bit of milk to it, letting it turn to caramel, and then coating the peanuts with it until they hardens. Let's see, is caramel even an ingredient in here? Let's see, peanut, sugar, glucose, artificial flavor, vanilla, artificial color. I don't see milk in it, so I think caramel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think caramel is something broke. I think caramel is milk and sugar, like heated up until it starts to turn brown. I think. I could be wrong. That happens. Hey, John Debney in the room. Welcome, John. Good to see you. Have not seen you in a while, but that's okay. You were always welcome. And the Cassandra snuck in as well. So you're early, the Cassandra, and we have not started the cards yet. So we're just going over our snacks. So again, our second one, also from La Molienda, which is the, they're calling it peanut caramel. I don't know where the caramel thing comes from. But La Molienda is from Santiago, Nuevo León, Mexico. Hi, Dallas. Where? Oh, it's me and Dallas. Oh, yo, DJ, what's up? So, Dallas in the room. That's cool. So, John and Dallas. All right. Awesome. So that covers our snacks. Now let's cover our beverage. And again, remember, it is Trippy Food Beer Night. And so we are going to do an alcoholic beverage, an adult beverage today. This one looked really interesting. It's just, the luchador on the outside just called my name. So this is from Paperback Brewing. Paperback Brewing is in Glendale, California. They also do some other beers that I can't even say the name on our live stream. only because, like I said, we're a family show. But really interesting, some of the names of their beers. If you check that out, you can go to their website and look. You see. But this one was I thought was interesting. It was his Viva Lucha Libre, and it is a Mexican style lager. So I imagine a Mexican style lager would be like a Corona or a Tecate, maybe something along those lines. I'm not going to stick a lemon in that. I'm not going to put salt in it. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to taste it as is. And I'm hoping it's a good Mexican lager. It is 4.5 ABV, so it's kind of a youngster that way. I mean, it's light, not a lot of alcohol in it. That's okay. And I brought our bubbly glass. So I have to be very careful because I get points off for a pour on that one if there's too much bubbles and too big a head, and I get points off. So I have to be very, very careful. We just wanted to check in. Well, John, so you may be on for a while, maybe not, but either way, you're spending part of your Saturday with us, and I appreciate it. And so I hope you enjoy what you do get to see. And same to you, Dallas. Val, would you drink licorice flavored beer? Sure, why not? Do you know of a brand of licorice flavored beer? I like licorice, and I like beer. It might not taste good, but I would try it. So, John King, if you know of a licorice flavored beer that you would suggest, let me know. Oh God, licorice flavored beer. Oh, you'd hate that. So, food taster, correct me if I'm wrong. So, I guess my assumption is going to be that you don't like licorice, or you don't like beer. I don't know which. If you don't like one or two of those things, you're really, really in trouble. I happen to like both. Never had the two of them together, so it sounds interesting. The peanuts and coconut candy would be my faves. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I try not to make any preconceived notions about how these are going to taste, but it is what it is. They look like peanuddles. I don't know what peanuddles are. I'm not familiar with them, but I do know that there's something called French. I think it's called French or burnt peanuts. And if you're familiar with Boston baked beans, not the physical beans themselves, but there's a candy called Boston baked beans, which is a peanut covered with a red candy shell. These are the burnt peanuts are very similar to that, except they have kind of like a bumpy shell. And I don't know if they burn them. I have no idea how that works. But we're going to try them, and we'll see. I'll know immediately if they taste exactly like the burnt peanuts, but we'll see. I love beer. I hate black licorice. Yep, that would be a bad combination then. Hey, Julie in the room, Julie Couture. Glad to see you back, Julie. I hope you're feeling much better. I think everybody on the stream over the past week, I think maybe 2 weeks, were telling you that they hoped you had a speedy recovery, and it sounds like you did. So welcome, Julie. I have not opened our beverage of choice today, and so you have not missed rating my pour. So let's start with that. Let's actually start with that. We are going to open our beverage of choice today, which is Paperback Brewery from Glendale, California, and this is the Viva Lucha Libre. We have our glass. It's going to make a bunch of bubbles and cause a gigantic head. We're just going to deal with that. Black licorice lager made by Shorts Brewing Company. John, that sounds fascinating. I'm definitely going to try that out. We do not need Ariel or Richard Simmons today, so they're taking the day off, probably in some cafe having a nice cup of coffee. Oh, I hate pouring out of cans too. Oh, not bad. I'm going to leave room because we're going to have a beer tornado here. So I'm not going to fill it all the way up. Let's do that for start. See, there's our beer tornado. Look at that. What do you say, Jules? Huh? What do you say? 1 to 10. It's very light. So yeah, I can see what they're going for. They do say this is a Mexican lager, so it's kind of the color of Tecate or Corona. Hey, Haley in the room as well. Haley, are you watching with mom? Not bad. 9 out of 10. Psh, nice. Yeah. So the thing is just because this is the bubble glass, we're going to have to deal with a head. But tis what tis. Here we go. It doesn't have that used beer smell, which is nice. It's really light. I know some Mexican lagers can almost have that kind of bitter taste. Maybe because I don't know if they use a lot of hops in Mexican lagers, but this one does not. It has a little bit of a bite to it, but it's not like overpowering. It doesn't have that kind of skunky Corona smell. It's PP color. We can say PP, Ryan. I'm sure even the kids have a stronger name for it than that. But yeah, it does have that kind of urine sample smell. I mean, look about it. But very, very light. It's very, very light in color and very light in taste as well. So it's not, like I said, it's not really bitter, not really strong. So I guess for a Mexican lager, for what they're going for, I think they did a really good job. That's going to get a thumbs up for me. It's a nice little sipping drink. And I'm pretty sure it's light enough that it's going to go really well with the stuff that we're eating for snacks today. So thumbs up on that. Yeah, well, the problem, Ryan, with the urine sample smell is that some beers actually have that. It was like a Budweiser. When you bring that glass of Budweiser up to your face and you're like, it smells like it's going to smell, half an hour later. So, yeah, that's the reason I don't like most domestic beers. Now, I will say, like, for instance, Rob Switch and I think it was on when Rob Switch was doing an interview. So this was on Rob Switch Reviews. And we did the Corona Familiar. And I was pleasantly surprised because I don't like Corona, but the Corona Familiar was very, very good. So any salty snacks? Yeah, well, 2 salty snacks. So I forgot that you came in after we started. So we have our baked cheddar protein puffs. I imagine these are going to be somewhat salty. And then we have our crispy jalapeno pieces, which I also assume is going to be salty as well. So, it should go well with that. Wormtown Brewery teamed up with Table Talk Pie. I've not heard Table Talk Pie in decades. So Table Talk Pie, for those who don't know, is I believe they're New England based pie company. And the famous thing about Table Talk pies is the little ones, the little pies. Not like they're not like the hand pies or the fried pies like the Hostess makes. These are they're like little mini pies, and that's what Table Talk is famous for. They're little mini pies. But pie flavored beers, wow! I'm gonna have to check that out. If I imagine, Jules, where is Wormtown Brewery? Are they local to New England? Let's see. Saw the store up in Pelham. Pelham. I bought baked nits, and I'm going to try them next week for the first time ever in a video. I'm recording. How does it taste? I've only had bacon before and never non-bacon pork. I'm not familiar with baked nits, but I think I want to say we did a bacon, like a substitute bacon called Pig Out. Maybe on the last main live stream, but maybe the one before that. And actually really, really good. I don't know that they were really pretending to taste bacony or anything, but they actually came pretty close. So if you're expecting them to taste like bacon, you're expecting them to taste just like bacon, then you're going to be sadly disappointed. It's the same with any like vegan, meat type product, but the flavor is really, really good on those. And I think they're called Pig Out, but I don't know about the baked nits. Baked nits might be the parent company for Pig Out or something. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I would give it a shot. So keep an open mind. I don't want to flavor your review. So, can I do a live stream with you, Val? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think right now the only live stream I've ever done was with Dallas, and we haven't really done it with other people, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Hey, MR, welcome to the room. Good to see you. Never, not ever. Never, not ever. On which? Food taster. Worcester, I think. All right. So Jules, let me look into it, and if possible, I might have you like grab some soon if it's a limited time only thing, and then when I come up, we'll try them. We'll try it together. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Icefish. Where's Icefish? I see Hi Icefish, but I don't see somebody named Icefish in the room. Did I miss him? Oh, there's Icefish. Just watched you with Matt, and you were eating the Ortega chili burger. Looks delicious. Ortega Billy burger. Chili burger. Where was that, Icefish? That was. I don't think that was the. Where were we eating? Where was I eating an Ortega chili burger? I don't. Oh no. That was the Bakersfield. The Bakersfield. We go Main Street. Yeah, it was delicious actually. You know, a nice char on it. Maybe maybe a bit more well done for my liking, but it was a delicious burger. It was good. It was really, really good. Those were really good. Baconets are a type of pork rinds. Okay, yeah. Okay. So they're actually pork rinds, but they now have a porkless pork rind. That's interesting because usually a vegan company does that, but not usually a company that does pork. Now they're doing a pork substitute. That's interesting. We could do a live stream at a zoo, Val. Let's see. What's the closest zoo here? Well, I'll tell you what, John. Because let's see, who had Amy Cakey had asked this. They asked that, you know, once COVID starts waning, about doing you know, like a meet and greet or a get together or something like that. Let's start there and see how that goes. So we will do that. John, tell me again. I think you're in Texas, correct? Is that right, John? You're in Texas. Baconets is pork rinds by Frito-Lay. Guess I should have asked, how do pork rinds taste? Oh, you've never had pork rinds. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to cloud your judgment on it by giving you a preconceived idea on it. So just try it and savor it. I like them. Depends on the company that makes them. I like them. I think this pork rinds would be the same thing as chicharron. And different companies make them different. Some are hard and crunchy. Some are really light and airy. They're all very, very different. Some have skin on them. Some don't have skin on them and everything. So I will not cloud your judgment by telling you what I think or how I think it tastes and everything. We'll just leave it at you're going to taste test them and just let us know what your first time reaction, which was really good. What is your favorite spice to cook with? Either 5-spice, like Chinese 5-spice, or curry. I think are probably my two favorite spices to cook with. But it depends on what you mean cooking with. Like, you know, if I'm making a dish like that's kind of saucy and stuff, it'll be a little bit differently than if I'm going to like sprinkle some sauce on something like a stir fry rather than a stew. And it varies. They have blubbery lemon pie, pumpkin, and chocolate pecan. I only say the blubbery lemon one. I only see the blubbery lemon. What would be good with a beer? I'm surprised they have pumpkin. You know, I mean, like, you would think that they would have pumpkin like closer to September or something. Chocolate pecan sounds kind of weird. Chocolate pecan would work, I think, if it's a porter or a stout. I think those would work in a chocolate pecan. If it's a chocolate pecan porter or stout, that sounds really good. The blueberry lemon pie would have to be something much lighter, like, you know, like this. But look into it, Jules, and let me know, because I may have you pick something up so that we can review it when I come up. Yes, Val, New Braunfels, Texas. That's right. So if I do a Texas road trip, then John, we will be in touch, and I will let you know where we can get together. So let's do that. The UK has some really good pork skins. I don't know if I've ever had British pork skins. Mr. Porky are the classic ones in all pubs. Icefish, are you from the UK? I don't recognize your name, so I have not seen you in the live stream before. So welcome. Where do you call home, Icefish? And you don't have to give us the exact street address, but the nearest town or borough or you know, whatever is fine. Let's see. My go-to spice is adobo for everything. Yeah, I mean, I like to change it up a little bit every once in a while and everything. I try not to have everything have that exact same taste and everything. I mean, certainly, like if I'm making Well, I don't know. You know what? I haven't really used adobo too much. Maybe I have to visit that. I have to get some. My spice cabinet is huge because every time I want to try something different and everything, I just like end up with more and more jars of stuff. So I've been here before. I'm Luton, Bedfordshire, 25 minutes from London. Ah, welcome. Well, it's let's see, what is it? Maybe quarter till 10 there, maybe p.m. I think. So so welcome, another European in the room. So welcome, Icefish. Everybody, please give Icefish a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. Val, do you like to go fishing? I like fishing. I have not gone fishing in years. I'm trying to remember the last time. Well, unless you consider catching runyon fishing, but I consider it scooping, really, so more than fishing because you could just grab them off the beach. Not like really like fishing. I have not gone fishing in a long time. I enjoy fishing. I find fishing relaxing, even if I don't catch anything. I just kind of the act of fishing. I just enjoy. I don't know if it's because of your awesomeness or just because of time passing, but I'm feeling less tired and drowsiness. Well, that's good, I guess. I'm kind of like an amphetamine, I guess. Chocolate covered pickles and onions and peanut butter and sardines and sausage pizza. John, don't put your eggs all in one basket. That's crazy. That's like Tom's 2020 burrito, is what that sounds like. That sounds like what that's going to be like the 2020 pizza. That sounds like a 2020 pizza. I don't know you would put chocolate covered pickles on a pizza, but pickles, chocolate, like chocolate syrup, pickles, chocolate syrup, onion, peanut butter, sardines, and sausage on a pizza. That's crazy. It's probably not going to taste good, but it's probably worth a challenge. So I don't know, John. Let me look into that. That's probably worth something putting together if I have everything on hand. But kind of crazy to go out of my way. It smells like somebody's got the barbecue going. I mean, not barbecue. I'm sorry, the grill going. There's a big difference between barbecue and grill. It sounds like somebody has a charcoal grill going, which is makes sense for Memorial Day weekend. All right, so that's our beer. It's going to get a thumbs up for me. Very, very light. Almost a little bit fruity, but not too fruity. Slight bitterness, but not bad at all. Let me now that that's toned down a little bit. No, I guess I poured that all in there. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start with our first snack. Let me think. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the sweet stuff, work into the cheddar, then the jalapenos, and I think I'm going to do the salmon candy last because I think it's going to have a strong salmon taste, I think, and it's going to kind of like wipe everything else out. So let's do that. So the first thing I'm going to do, just because of my curiosity factor, is I'm going to eat these. Again, La Molienda, Tradición y Calidad. Jumbo size peanut caramel, cacahuete garrapiñado, which I guess means peanut caramel. I know cacahuete means peanut in Mexican, and I say Mexican because it's Mexican Spanish. In other Spanish-speaking countries like Colombia, they call it maní. Peanuts are maní. So let's give this a shot. Val, I should get drunk tonight. If that's your plan, however, maybe just when you're doing your drinking, sip on your stuff and enjoy it. And if inebriation is a result of that, then so be it. So let's give this a shot. Again, Julie, you've had burnt peanuts before, right? I mean, is that to me that's what that looks like? That looks like burnt peanuts, or what they call burnt peanuts. Had the Boston baked beans candy, and I like them. Yeah, Boston. I don't know that it's a Boston thing. I don't know why they call them Boston baked beans because they're not beans. They're not baked. But yeah, I've had them too. I like them too. Every once in a while, I just buy a little box. I'm trying to remember who the brand is of the people who make that. No, Doodle, you can't have this. This is candy. This is sugar. It's and it has peanuts in it. I don't think dogs can eat peanuts either. You know what? Would you like another piece of snack? Would you like another snack, Doodle? Doodle wants a snack. Almost cracked a tooth. Yeah, they do have that hard shell, but I think, but typically Boston baked beans have a hard shell too. Here you go, dude. Here you go. And he's off like a prom dress. Grub Warp, hey, sorry you're late. That's okay. Grub Warp, you made a suggestion that we did on the last live stream, and I can't remember what that was, but I wanted to let you know that we did. Oh no, I know what it was. It was the watermelon with that tahine. Tahine, I think it's called. Maybe it's tagine, but I think it's tahine. The watermelon with a tahine on it that you had suggested. We did that on the last live stream. So when you get a chance, Grub Warp, go back and watch last week's live stream, and you'll see that we did the watermelon with the tahine as you suggested. I won't tell you how it was, so you can get the reaction as if you were watching it live. Val, what is your favorite hangover food? Hard to say since I don't remember the last time I had a hangover. I don't remember ever having a hangover. I don't think I've ever had a hangover. So hard to say. I would say that what is regarded as hangover food, my favorite thing that is regarded as hangover food is menudo. So I like a bowl of menudo even if I don't have a hangover. But you know, on a Sunday morning, or whether or not I've been imbibing the night before, I like a nice bowl of menudo. So hopefully that answers your question. My neighbors are cooking ribs and sausage and fajitas on their barbecue pit right now, Val. I'll bet they are. Well, yeah, you're in Texas, you know. You're pretty close to, let's say, Lockhart. I think New Braunfels is close to Lockhart. So I mean that's like the barbecue capital of Texas. Although they do it all like all over Texas and everything. Like Bastrop, they do a lot of barbecue in Bastrop, up in Llano, stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that's the place to go if you're into the barbecue thing. The brand I think is an American company called Ferrera, famous Italian Ferrero that makes the Nutella and Tic Tacs, or the Ferrara, which is an Italian company that makes the Torroni candy. So, too many companies with F, R's, E's, and O's. That makes the Boston bean candy. I think you're right. I think it is like that, but I don't remember the exact name. Julie, did I miss somebody? I see you saying hello to John and Ryan, but I think I mentioned them. So, Doodle, you're scratching up my arm. You're like little razors on your hands there. Here. I wish I had have to get like some little stand thing so I could put his bed right there, and then you know he won't be like he wants to come up my lap. The thing is, I know he wants snacks. I know he wants to eat stuff off the table. It's not going to happen. Hey now, I put my cheeks against the wall, and the very nice hey now. Hey now, I'll just remind you that we are a family-based channel, and although that is kind of a kid kind of thing, you know, just keep an eye on it. Okay, I think I got everything. Did I get everything? Okay. Our peanut caramels, as they call them, or French burnt peanuts, as I call them. Dude was going crazy down here. He's like, I want some of what you're eating. The French burnt peanuts. That's all it is. Well, John, Lockhart has Blacks, they have Smitty's, and they have Kreuz's. And they have a bunch of other smaller ones that, you know. But Blacks, Smitty's, and Kreuz's are the big ones in Lockhart. No worries, hey now. Just wanted to remind you. Well, maybe it's not reminding you because I haven't seen you in the room. So, hey now, are you new to the live stream, or are you just new to the chat? Because I don't think we've seen you before. Name sounds unfamiliar. What are your thoughts on gefilte fish? Well, MR, I'm glad you asked. I'm not glad you asked, but that's fine. I'll eat it. Like the dried one, I'll eat it. It's okay. But I've had the pleasure of helping Michelle Grant actually make gefilte fish with her, I think it was her mom's recipe for gefilte fish, so making it from scratch. gefilte fish, and it was amazing. You will not see a Trippy Food video because her mother's recipe is a more closely guarded secret than, you know, the nuclear codes. Hey now, hey now. That's what we're talking about, right, Jules? Yes, I'm new. Just saying hello and have a fabulous day. Stay blessed. Well, thank you for stopping in. Hey now, stick around if you'd like. If not, hopefully we'll see you again soon. That's going to get a thumbs up, but you know, only because it's okay. It's good, but they're just burnt peanuts. So I thought it was something different, and it's not. If you've never had burnt peanuts, and I don't know why they call them burnt peanuts, they're not burnt. But if you never had burnt peanuts, I think they call them French burnt peanuts sometimes too. You know, if you've never had them before, then I would suggest checking them out. And you know, most places that have a wide variety of candies have them. Even like a big grocery store where they have the bags of little different candies and everything, they'll have those as well. I don't know why I thought those would be different. They're not really different. You know, I do like French burnt peanuts, so you know, it's going to get a thumbs up. I was just maybe something deep down inside me was hoping they were going to be different. But you know, it is what it is. The only time I heard gefilte fish, was in the Jackie Chan movie Rush Hour. Oh, you've never had it? Food taster? That might be a good thing for you to do for your channel. Do a gefilte fish episode. So gefilte fish, I think. Oh, you know what? Go back, one of our very, very, very early episodes, one of our first episodes, like episode 1, 2, or 3 or something like that. We did atomic horseradish, and horseradish. Typically, you're going to put horseradish on top of gefilte fish, and when I did that episode, Jeff Fu told me that we were going to do the atomic horseradish, and I thought to myself, well, I'm not just going to eat horseradish, I'm going to put it on something. So what do you put horseradish on? You put it on prime rib, you put it on gefilte fish. So I brought some gefilte fish. So I think if you go back and watch that early episode, I'm eating gefilte fish with the atomic horseradish on it. But I do actually like gefilte fish. Don't worry, my family has a top secret baklava recipe that is more secret than nuke codes. MR, when it comes to baklava, I like baklava, but I don't like, you know, like some people have a sweet tooth and they just can't get enough of it. I have the opposite of a sweet tooth. I don't really like a lot of sweet stuff, and so for me, baklava is something that I can eat like one piece, maybe about that big. That's it. That's my limit. It's like one piece about that big because it's ultra sweet. But you know, I do like it. I like the pistachio taste in it too. That's really good. Gefilte fish is ground up white fish, lightly poached, then chilled. Best served with horseradish. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I won't go into the specifics of how I helped Michelle make that because it is a family recipe, but it is a time-consuming process. So I mean, we're talking about making it from fresh fish. That's how much of a recipe it was. Horseradish is awesome. Horseradish can be awesome, except when they're pretending that it's wasabi. All right, so let's kind of wash that sugar out. Yeah, Janice, I don't know what the big deal is. Gefilte fish, it's pretty well. You know, the thing is that like if you've never said the word before or you've never heard the word before and you're just looking at the spelling of it, I imagine, you know, it can be confusing. All right, so let's do our other candy and get kind of the sweet stuff out of the way. So again, this is from La Molienda. From where are they from again? Santiago, Nuevo León, Mexico. And this is coconut candy. This is mega leche, and mega leche is typically a mixture of coconut milk and sugar. It's soft, and like I said, I think it's going to taste like kind of a milky macaroon. Hey, Doodle. Baklava is all very much Iranian thing. Yeah, it's a Middle Eastern thing. They used to. I haven't seen it in a few years, so I don't even know if they're still doing it anymore. Something called the Anatolian Festival. So Iran, and every other country in that, or every other thing in that region, at one point in time was called Anatolia. So that whole Middle Eastern region was Anatolia. And so the Anatolian Festival, they had like Turkish stuff, they had Armenian stuff, they had Iranian stuff. They had Iraqi stuff. They had like all kinds of stuff from that area, and they had a lot of baklava there, which was different than Greek. I mean, most people think baklava is Greek, but and I don't know how much of a difference in how they make it is between the Greek one and other ones. But I've had like you said, I've had Persian or Iranian baklava. It is different. Oh, that's what it is. Rose water. That's what makes it different. My mom makes it without the rose water. Includes an orange influence instead. I don't know if that's traditional or not. MR, are you? Is your mom Greek? Because the Greeks make it different. I love the rose and pistachio ones, taster. It sounds delicious. I gave out more information about the recipe. I would have to raise your minds with the new visualizer. Just saw the roller coaster at Six Flags Texas has gotten stuck. That's always a drag. Well, better stuck than derailed. Smells coconutty. No, she is Jewish. Huh. Interesting. That is really coconutty. Really, really moist. You can taste all the ingredients. If you like macaroons, you will love this. It's really good. It's like toasted on one side, probably the top, what's usually the top. The bottom's kind of naked. It tastes like a milky macaroon. Maybe not quite as grainy. Thumbs up. Really sweet. Food taster, what is a coconut nugget? I'm not familiar with a coconut nugget, but maybe that's what they call macaroon. Have you ever had the candy Bit-O Honey? Of course, I grew up on Bit-O Honey. It's vintage like me. Bit-O Honeys were sort of like Mary Jane's. They were a little bit similar to Mary Jane's. Squirrel Nut Zippers, that's another one. Very, very old candies from the late 1800s, actually. Peter Griffin, you're never too late. We had we opened our beer, and we've had 2 snacks so far. We had they're calling them peanut caramels. I'm calling them burnt peanuts. And we just finished we just bit into our coconut candy, our mega leche, which is like a really moist, milky macaroon. So, never too late, Peter. Welcome to the room. I've got a coconut in my mouth, trying to get the coconut out of my mouth. I think Bit-O Honey is better than Mary Jane's. Well, just different flavor. I'm pretty sure that we did, because if I'm not mistaken, Mary Jane's used to be a Necco product, and I think we did a Necco episode when Necco went out of business. We got a bunch of different Necco products. Necco being New England Confectionery Company, NECCO. But I don't think Necco made Bit-O Honey, but I think they made Mary Jane's, and I think we did Mary Jane's on the episode. So if we have not done Bit-O Honey, maybe we'll do it in a candy corner, in an upcoming candy corner. Val, do you accept fan packages? I'm still working on figuring out our way to do that. I can't where I am right now, but MR, let me work on that. Send me an email at val@trippyfood.com and let me know that you're MR. I don't know what MR, I don't know who you are as far as MR. You remember B-Bat's candy? I don't remember B-Bat's candy. Was that kind of an 80s thing? Okay, I will. Thank you, MR. All right, so that's going to get a thumbs up. The coconut candy, the mega leche. Leche is milk. Mega means a lot of milk. Mega leche, a lot of milk. But it's a lot of coconut, if you ask me. MR, it is val@trippyfood.com. All right, so let's see. What are we going to do next? Let's do the cheese, and then we'll work our way into the jalapenos. let's do that. So again, this is from Shrewd Food from Hauppauge, New York. Again, I'm a little bit nervous about this because they're calling them protein puffs as opposed to calling them any kind of chips or something. And so the focus is on the fact that they have protein. In big notes on the back, they're saying they have 14 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sugar, no egg, soy, peanuts, or tree nuts, no artificial flavors, no colors from artificial sources. So I suppose it's supposed to be good for you. And I'm always hesitant about food that's supposed to be good for you. But we're going to give it a try. Well, what are the ingredients here? Let's see. Milk protein isolate, natural cheddar cheese seasoning, which has whey, cheddar cheese, milk, pasteurized milk, cheese culture, salt, enzymes, natural flavors, butter. So this is, I mean, as vegan as this looks, it's not vegan at all. It is vegetarian, though, apparently. Butter, annatto. Annatto is yellow coloring that they give to. So typically, cheddar cheese is white. So the yellow cheddar cheese that you typically eat is colored, and it's usually colored using annatto coloring. And the yellow coloring for cheese, the annatto coloring comes from marigolds. So they use marigold petals to get that color. It's kind of like if you remember. I think it's Frank Perdue used to talk about the chickens. His chickens had yellow skin, and they had yellow skin because they were fed marigold petals, which is kind of a natural way to get that coloration. Because typically a chicken that has not been fed anything to color the skin, it's going to be almost like a grayish color, and it turns people off. So they expect that yellow color. It's marigold petals that gives chicken skin that color, and that's what gives yellow cheddar cheese its color as well. So they call it annatto coloring. Let's see, paprika extract. What else? Safflower oil, sodium phosphate, citric acid. Why would you put citric acid in a cheese product? That doesn't make any sense. But that's okay. Lactic acid. You get that from milk. That's okay. Sodium caseinate. Sodium caseinate. I know that's something in cheese production, sodium caseinate, but contains milk. It doesn't contain milk. It's made with milk, but it doesn't contain milk. I'm not going to open this up and pour milk out of the bag. But, it is what it is. What did I miss here? Little Honey was made by Shooter Johnson. Is now a Nestle product. That's been a while. Why don't you drink enough to ever get a hangover? Why would I drink enough to ever get a hangover? Well, actually. So the simple answer to that is I am a lightweight when it comes to alcohol. So alcohol affects me quicker, and so the thing is I just don't forget to stop drinking, and so I never get like so wasted that that I get a hangover. So that's why. So I can drink, and I'm a lightweight, and so I get. It affects me easier and faster, but that's why I don't get a hangover. But thank you for asking, Mr. Cloud, who kind of stuck in the room because I don't remember seeing you before, but welcome, Mr. Cloud. One day, Nestle will own the world's water supply. Well, that's what they're trying to do. I think it was the CEO for Nestle that says water is not a, what did he say? Water is not a right or something like that. So, who would have thought that we would have bought the most plentiful substance on earth? We would pay money for the most plentiful substance on earth. But maybe it's not the most plentiful substance on earth anymore, at least the drinkable kind. Let's see, what do I get? If it's got butter, then it's not vegan. It's got cheese, Janice. I mean, there's like cheese in the ingredients too. So yeah, it's definitely not vegan. But it is vegetarian. I'm not seeing any meat products in here. So I think vegetarian. Let's see, I'm also lightweight, but that makes me a cheap date. True. All right, so let's go ahead and open these up. They smell a little bit like Cheetos. I don't know why. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that they're little squares, but then I forget to look at these little ball-like things on the side here. That's what they look like. They definitely smell like regular Cheetos. I'm guessing because of the ingredients, they're going to taste like really good Cheetos. crunchy. They're much more crunchy than regular Cheetos. And cheesy, not hot. Oh, wow. That's a really, really strong cheddar cheese taste. More so than Cheetos. Way more than Cheetos. We get that taste. Once the that light, airy kind of crispiness starts to melt in your mouth, it is hardcore cheddar cheese flavor. Mr. Cloud, we don't use that word on our channel that is family friendly. So I'm going to, let's see. I think I will remove your statement only because, your message, only because, like I said, we are a family channel and we try to be respectful here. So I remove that. You can put it back on there, but just be more conscious of your use of words. Let's put it that way. You're going to need Febreze later. Maybe. I like these better than Cheetos. I mean, it is a really, really strong cheddar taste. I love the texture. It's crunchy. No, I mean, maybe by the time you get a bag of Cheetos, they're stale. These are really, really good. I just wish they came up on another name besides protein puffs. It kind of turns people off as to something that's really, really good. I'm going to give a thumbs up, thumbs way up. It's really good. Those are good. I love that cheesy flavor. Really, really good. Val would eat chocolate pickles, strawberry cheesecake. No, but why? I mean, the thing is, especially with Tom, old guy in Colorado, we do a lot of things that are like memes. So we'll do things that we see in memes. We'll do things from like old recipes, like from the 50s or the 40s. They're just like bizarre and we don't know where they come from and everything, but we'll do those recipes. But it's not like we'll sit there and we'll go like, oh, I know. Let's put wasabi, chocolate ice cream, pickles, and garlic together and see what it tastes like. That's just like, so the thing is, we don't mind experimenting, or at least I don't. I can't speak for Tom, but I don't like, it's not like I can just kind of experiment, like what kind of weird stuff can I throw together that will just like be really bizarre and weird. And so like let's put it this way, John, if I saw that there was an ad somewhere that's in some place they used to make chocolate covered pickles with strawberry cheesecake, then maybe I would try that. But I'm not really prone to just like throw a bunch of things together just because they're weird, just to throw them together. So also, everything that you're suggesting has chocolate covered pickles in it. So maybe like something like what would onions be like in a strawberry cheesecake with onions? Because an onion it's not a fruit, it's a vegetable, but onions can be sweet and everything. That's like an unusual combination. So I would be more inclined to try something like that. But I don't like we've done chocolate covered pickles and I just want to kind of let them go. It's kind of my thing though. But like I said, if it was a meme or an old recipe or something, I would try it. But not just to like throw stuff out there and try it. Old guy is on a date with his wife for his anniversary. He is. Oh, good. You're telling Peter that. So throw the happy anniversary thing out there and in the chat, and then maybe he'll see that later on. By the way, just as a reminder, everybody, he typically does his live stream 2 hours after we finish. So that's it'll be 5 p.m. Pacific time. But because it's his anniversary, he's not doing a live stream today. So just kind of let people know that. I honestly hate Cheetos. It's like imitation cheese styrofoam. Yeah, I mean the thing is like I grew up eating Cheetos as a kid, and so the thing is you get used to the taste. But yeah, compared to this, it's like I don't eat Cheetos on a regular basis and everything, and I don't like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, not because of the heat, but just because it has really like a chemical taste as opposed to like a pepper kind of taste. Did I miss anything? Let's see. Hello, Julie. I like that. I like how you keep your dad in check. Yes, she's very good at that. We used to have the big blue round container of cheese balls as a kid. Oh, I remember those, but I remember what brand that was. Were they? They weren't Cheetos, but I remember what the brand was of the cheese balls, the big container cheese balls. I remember that. It was like a Pringles can, but bigger. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see. Oh, Pudding. See, I'm talking to Pudding Power, and I'm not even recognizing the fact that they came in the room. Hello, Pudding Power. Good to see you again. Market Basket. Matt Zion banned me from live chat after one message saying I didn't believe in the vaccine and call me a name like a child. Don't be like Matt, please. Don't say anything that's going to get you banned. So I've never banned anybody from this chat, but I've never had to, because everybody is, I'm going to go ahead and say well-behaved. Keep in mind, there's a big difference between our channel and Reckless Eating in that there's a bigger difference in our channel and Reckless Eating in that we maintain, Mr. Cloud, in that we maintain that we are a family-based channel. So basically, people can bring their kids in and watch this with kids and everything. And so we want to keep it that way. So we don't use foul language. We don't use disparaging comments about people. We don't use ethnic slurs or anything like that. But we don't talk politics. So those are some of the things that we don't do. And just so if you're comfortable with that, that's the environment that we're in. So if you abuse that, then you get banned. You know, we might do what we just did, which is basically you put something out there, we deleted it, but you know, if you continue to do it, then then I've never banned anybody, but it's not to say I won't. But yeah, that's just what it is. That's our environment. That's our community. And so if we welcome you into the community. Just abide by the rules. That's all. Matt has full right to ban you for his chat for your comments about Mr. Cloud, his channel rules. Exactly right, Pudding Power. That's kind of my thing. Actually, it depends on how you use the word, Mr. Cloud. So, so don't push that envelope. Unless you're trying to get banned. Val, you can do a cooking. Can you do a cooking live stream? Chicken, fried steak, mashed potatoes, and gravy and corn on the cob? No. I mean, I could, but I've never made chicken fried steak. Mashed potatoes are easy enough. Gravy's easy enough. Corn on the cob's easy enough. But I've never made chicken fried steak. It is an involved process. Now, for anybody who's not familiar with chicken fried steak is I think it was probably originally devised as a way to hide the poor quality of a particular piece of meat. So typically, what you do is you take a steak, and it's not going to be like a sirloin or a Chateaubriand or anything like that. It's going to be a steak, steak. And basically, what they do is they tenderize it, they beat the crap out of it, they batter it, they bread it. They deep fry it, and then they put like a cream gravy on top of it. So whatever's in the middle of that, it could be a shoe. It's not really relevant anymore because you've tenderized it, you've battered it, you've breaded it, you've fried it, you've put a sauce on it and everything. But I think that is the purpose of that. Thank you, Cassandra, for yeah, thank you. By the way, let's see. No, Julie, no, I won't do that. Val, if you are in the Midwest, please go to Swenson's. It is an old-fashioned hamburger place where they actually serve you everything in your car. There's no dining room. Oh, it's like a car hop service. So they put that tray on your window, like a drive-in kind of thing at Swenson's. So are they all over the Midwest or one particular place, MR? I realized the name because when I was a kid, they hosted their promotion with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and made green ooze pies, and they would say pudding power. Hey, John, good to see you. John Wander Wisely is in the room. John, who is a relatively new. We met Matt and I met John when we did our when we were filming the We main show out in the desert. So when we went out to Palm Springs and Salton Sea and farther on, that's when we met John, who is Wander Wisely, John Wisely. In Miami, apt waiting for flight home. Let me know when you get home, John, because I want to do some stuff with you. So let me know. I'm going to do some collaborations with you, John. But hey, welcome. Glad you could join us. So let's see. What did I miss? Because I'm yapping. Let's see. We had severe weather here last night. Oh, I was going to say that's too bad, John, but I always kind of like severe weather. I lived in Portland, Oregon for about 4 years, and I always enjoyed the rain. The summers were just like summers everywhere else. Hot, humid. My fiance's mom just dropped off a bunch of fresh strawberries. She even washed and took tops off for us. What a sweetheart and a nice surprise for a hot spring day. That's how I love strawberries. There are a few locations in Ohio. There's also another one called Skyway. So there's a huge debate as to which is better, Skyway or Svenson's. Would love to do a video on a comparison. Well, I'll tell you what, MR, I'm going to put it on our list. So when I get out to Ohio, that's something I will definitely do. Maybe I'll do both and compare them. That would be good. Tried the Dare brand maple cream cookies. My first time ever trying maple flavored cookies the other day, and surprisingly, I liked them. How is it possible that you live in Canada and it was your first time trying maple cream cookies? That's a little odd, but well, yeah, I like them too. I prefer maple sugar to like regular sugar, and when I do go to Canada, it's like especially if I'm going up to like Quebec, in like the sugaring areas and everything, it's like I'll even put maple syrup in my coffee. But I do like the taste of maple syrup. I don't like the taste of pancake syrup. And for those who don't know the difference, if you go to like even IHOP does not have maple syrup. IHOP uses pancake syrup. It's called pancake syrup or table syrup because legally they're not allowed to call it maple syrup. And so your log cabins, your Mrs. Butterworths, your none of those have maple in them. And once, if that's what you're used to, that's fine. But once you taste maple syrup and you taste the difference between maple syrup, you don't go back. You can't go back. And so like if I'm in a restaurant and I'm ordering pancakes and they say, would you like some syrup? And I say, do you have maple syrup? And they say, no, but we have, pancake syrup and everything. I'm like, no, that's okay. I'll do without it. I just don't like the taste of the, of what people associate with maple syrup, but it's actually not maple syrup. So always check. Like if you're gonna buy it in the grocery store, always check. Maple syrup is more expensive because it's harder. You can't make it all year round. You can only make it during certain months. You can only make it in certain regions. So it's not like something you can make in Florida or Texas or California. You can't make it there. You can only make it in certain regions where maple trees grow. And it is a labor-intensive process. Not necessarily. Some places have automated it somewhat. Like if you go to a maple grove, you can see the tubes going between the trees where they're actually taking the sap out and pumping it into a single location. But again, it is a seasonal thing. It is a labor-intensive thing, and it only grows in maple trees only grow in certain climates, and so that's what makes maple syrup more expensive. But it tastes better. I love stormy weather too. Yeah, I just, here in the LA area, we don't usually get like thunderstorms or rainstorms and everything. I really like them. Be careful with them scissors. I will, Julie. Who are you talking to? Oh, it's me. I can mail you a list of Ohio restaurants if you want. Well, MR, I would appreciate that. But when you do, make sure that they're, because you kind of know the charter, the Trippy Food charter, right? So it's going to be interesting things, like unique things that are unique to Ohio. Like for instance, Gold Star and Skyline Chili, right? Those are unique to Ohio. The Cincinnati, especially Cincinnati chili, those two things are unique to Ohio. So something like that would be what I'm looking for. But if it's just a national thing, maybe not so much. Because I hate maple. Wow. So that makes it even more interesting, Food Taster, is that you liked it, but you don't like maple. Let's see. What did I miss? Off topic, sorry, but I had the best Cubano sandwich here. You know what? John, I'm not going to say that you are off topic because we're talking about food and travel here. And, what's really off topic? What's really off topic? So it's not off topic. I would imagine you would in Miami. Miami is like Miami is kind of like the Central American and Caribbean hub. So if you're looking for like, if you're looking for Cuban food, if you're looking for Puerto Rican food, if you're looking for, island Jamaican, any of the Caribbean countries, South American Caribbean countries and everything, or Brazil, even Brazilian stuff, Miami is the place to go. Miami is just awesome for stuff like that. So the best Peruvian ceviche I've ever had in my life was in, not Miami, but it was Key Biscayne. And it was from a guy in a white van. Go figure. I still have Svensson's on my mind. I've not had Svensson's for a while. Oh, we're talking about two different things. I think we're talking about the ice cream place. I don't think you are. Ever have a peanut butter and mayo sandwich on toast? I'm not a dessert guy, but this always hits the spot. Well, Mr. Cloud, it's funny you say that, because Matt and I did a Trippy Food episode where we ate a peanut butter and mayo sandwich. We didn't put it on toast. It was just on bread. But we actually did peanut butter and mayo. So check out our episodes. There is an episode where we do the peanut butter and mayo sandwich. And I won't tell you whether we liked it or didn't like it. I'll let you watch the episode. Everyone's like, it's just one of those things. It's there. I pick it up. Just so that everybody's comfortable. I'm just going to kind of, I have one more thing that I need to open with the scissors. But other than that, I'm just going to kind of put that aside. Let's see what I miss here. Oh, Jesse Torres in the room. Welcome, Jesse. Good to see you again. It picked the room kind of picked up slow. I was kind of surprised, but then I thought it's Memorial Day weekend and people probably out at the beach. They're probably like going away camping and stuff like that. Memorial Day weekend, so it doesn't really surprise me completely. But welcome, Jesse. Good to see you again. Let's see. San Marzano tomatoes. A lot of companies sell something as them, but if you check the can, it does not have the two actual export stamps for San Marzano. It is not the real ones. Yeah, good canned tomatoes are hard to find. Now, in the Boston area, they're easy to find only because of the proximity to Italy, and even there's even some like native New England brands that are really good as well. But like out here in the LA area, it's hard to find. I mean, there's a couple of Italian delis in LA, and usually when I say deli, it's like a sort of like a grocery, but they sell pastas and they sell tomatoes and things along those lines. So you can get them out here, but the groceries, what you buy in the grocery stores here is kind of sad. Val, do you like homemade tortillas? I sure do, but I haven't made them. Let's see. If you watch the Reckless Eating We Go Main show that we did in San Diego, there's a couple places when we were in Old Town San Diego where they're just like they're on the street and there's these women that are making tortillas from scratch, handmade tortillas from scratch. They're really, really good. I imagine where you are, it's the same thing. In Texas, I imagine it's the same. My uncle used to make maple syrup whiskey, and it was amazing. I had maple wine, though. So last time I was in Canada, when I was in Montreal, on the way back, I saw maple wine, and I picked that up, and that was really good too. Really surprising. I mean, there's no way. It's really, really hard to describe that flavor. But maple wine was really, really good. Hey, 209 in the room. Welcome, El Marijuano 209. Always good to see you. I'm Canadian, and I don't like maple. Yeah, well, maybe you're sick of it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe people in Canada are sick of it because it seems like it would be everywhere. I mean, it's on your flag, right? Hello, El Marijuano. Okay, did I miss anything? Just to make sure I'm all cut up. Can you do a video where you make mead? I'd have to look in to see how I make mead. I imagine you need special tools to make mead. For those who don't know, mead is I'm going to call it a wine, as an alcoholic beverage made from honey. But I have to see how difficult it is to make. And if it's too difficult to make and I can't make it, I will do an episode on mead. Or maybe like when we're doing a Trippy Food beer night, instead of beer, we will have a mead, and we'll do maybe even a couple and more. Will that work for you? If that's the case, again, let me look into it to see how difficult it is to make. If it's too difficult to make, then we'll feature a mead on another live stream. I'm glad I'm not the only Canadian that doesn't like maple. Yeah, it's just like maybe everyone assumes, like everyone in the United States assumes that everyone in Canada likes maple because it's so available. But maybe people get sick of it. Val, have you ever had peach brandy? I can't say that I have, but it's been, but it may be. Oh, what is it? Cooper's something with a K. I think they make a peach brandy, and I may have had that like decades and decades and decades ago, but I don't remember. What is your favorite dish ever? I'm glad you asked, Mr. Cloud. Well, maybe, I'm glad. But I actually do have a favorite dish. So this is something they make in Colombia. And I don't know if they make it all over Colombia. The place I found it is in a village called, not Raquilla, what is that? Ubate, a village called Ubate, which is about maybe an hour north of Bogota. And it's a dish, please excuse my Spanish, it's not great. It's called Pesqueza de Gallina Releño, which is basically stuffed chicken necks. And so what they do is they take a chicken neck and they cut it off at the base. They leave the skull intact. And they take, I guess they roll the skin back. They take out the bones and the meat. And then they stuff it with rice, chicken blood, peas, and chopped up potatoes. They stuff it back into, so they're basically using the neck as a sausage casing, and then they sew the end up, and then they roast it over an open fire, and then they kind of slice it like sausage. Oh my God, it's like my favorite thing, the favorite thing so far in the world that I've eaten. And if you're curious as to what that's like, there is a Trippy Food episode. When I went to one of the times I went to Colombia, and I actually ordered that. So you can see from the Trippy Food episode what this is. It is my favorite dish. It is Pesqueza de Gallina Releño. I'm probably saying that wrong, and I'm sorry, but it literally means stuffed chicken neck. So that's it, Mr. Cloud. That's my favorite dish. Honey, water, and yeast. It's easy to make. Well, yes and no. So the thing is, do you do it in an airtight container? Is there a certain container that's better? Do you do it in darkness? Where do does the temperature have to be a certain amount? And like, what is the amount of honey, water, and yeast? But I'll look into it. I will look into it, MR. I'm not going to say no. We'll definitely look into it. You're hilarious, Julie. All you have to do is watch the SpaghettiOs episodes that I've done. I've done, how many have I done so far? 3. So I did one where I took a can of SpaghettiOs and I tried to make it better. I failed. Then with Matt, I did a ring spaghetti taste-off, where we had, I think it was 5 cans of SpaghettiO-like spaghetti pasta, and we just rated them, did a blind taste test of that, and then we did a second blind taste test of that. I actually was on the Vegas trip. We did a second blind. Maybe that hasn't come out yet. I don't think it's come out yet, because we did it as a Trippy Food episode. So it has not come out yet, but it will. We did a second episode where we tried 2 more. We did 2 more ring spaghettis, and we used a can of SpaghettiOs as the control. So if it hasn't been released yet, it's coming up. Reckless Eating is live streaming right now. Oh, it's surprising because they usually do it at 3, but see you next stream, going to Matt's stream. Okay, Lynn, tell Matt that we said hello and that we're finishing up our stream. Hey, Sonic Jet just walked in. Well, you're a little late, Sonic, but you're never too late. They got this man who likes to pretend to pull down his zipper, say, click on this review and that review. Yeah, I've seen that guy. Scares the crap out of me. We're disappointed in the food overall at the resort. Can't wait to get back to. Most resorts are like that, John. It's like the all-inclusive stuff. You're going. It's like if you're going to another country, you want to experience something in that country. You want to experience something local, and then you end up getting like American food and stuff like that. So usually the resort, the all-inclusive resorts, are kind of disappointing like that. That's just me. No, I agree with you completely. Let's see. Am I missing anything else? I need to get caught. I need to jump back in here because we still got a couple things to do. We got some time. It's okay. The video of you and Matt rating them was awesome. Yeah. Well, we did another one, and I think it was me, Matt. Who else was in it? It was me, Matt, Biff, and I think we had one other person. Maybe Chuck. Maybe Chuck Rowland. I think. I'll have to go back and see. But that was fun too. You should give Scrapple a try if you've never had it. Mr. Cloud, I did it at Scrapple episode. So it was Scrapple and Taylor ham, which is pork roll. So so Mr. Cloud, check that out. Look through my episodes. There's an episode for scrapple and pork roll. Growing up in the Northeast, I've eaten scrapple so many times. I love scrapple. Absolutely love it. It's hard to find out here in California. There is a place called Bet's Oceanside Diner in Berkeley, California, which is up in the Bay Area. They do a really good homemade scrapple, but other than that, it's hard to find here. Let's see. Oh, Tybalt in the room. Hey, welcome, Tybalt. Had some Chinese stewed beef noodles. That sounds good. Did you make them or did you have them somewhere else? I was planning on going to Six Flags Texas. I love your live stream and don't want to miss it. Well, I appreciate that. I don't want you to miss fun, though. You know, because you can always watch it back afterwards. So it's up to you. Let's see. You don't like the resorts. They are all-inclusive. They are high-quality restaurants, but they are included in the all-inclusive stuff on the property. Well, for me, it's more like, everything's Americanized. Everything is geared towards American taste and everything. And if you're in another country, you're not really getting the local flavor. And that's what I don't like about, you know, all-inclusive resorts. So that's my thing. Jesse, no, today is Tom's anniversary. So Tom will not be joining us today, and he will not be live streaming after the show. So just wanted to let you know that. All right, let's continue on because time's a wasting. All right, so we're gonna dig into these, which are Trader Joe's crispy jalapeno pieces. Here's the serving suggestion, which is basically stick them in a bowl. Although, like I said earlier, they do say sprinkle on mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, sushi, tacos, nachos, or vegetable dishes. Sure, that works. So what I'm assuming these are the equivalent of the French's fried onions. You know, the ones that you use for when you're making a green bean casserole. Only these are onion. These would work in a green bean casserole, I think. We'll try them first. Don't go, the news says Six Flags roller coaster upside down, stuck, fire, are rescuing people. Which one, Sonic? Which Six Flags? There's a bunch of there's a few Six Flags in Six Flags over Texas. There's a few. So there's the closest one to John is probably going to be what do they call that? The one in San Antonio, Fiesta, Texas. Fiesta, Texas is a Six Flags in San Antonio. But I know there's a Six Flags up in Dallas, and there may be another one somewhere else in Texas as well. They smell fresh. They smell good. Look like bugs. They look like little insects. Yeah, John, I would take Sonic's advice and at least check it out first. So check to see if it's Fiesta, Texas, or if it's Six Flags in Dallas somewhere. I'm not sure. Bummer finally got a day off to watch both streams. Haha, good for him and miss old guy. Yep. Well, leave a message for old guy in the chat, and maybe he'll watch back. And I think the chat should show when you watch it back. So, but we miss him too. But I'm sure we will see him again next week. Okay, Sonic. So I think he's okay because I'm pretty sure. And John, John King, you can let us know. But I'm pretty. Yeah, you said Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and Fiesta, Texas is in San Antonio, not Dallas. So Sonic, he's good. He's good. Yeah, they got Six Flags all over the place. There's a Six Flags here in Valencia. What do they call that? Six Flags. I don't know. It's not Six Flags over Texas, obviously. And that was the whole thing about Six Flags. So the name Six Flags comes from the fact that at various points, because Six Flags originated in Texas, and there were originally, or Texas has had Six Flags flying over it. So originally there was a flag of Spain, flag of Mexico, flag of the Republic of Texas, flag of the state of Texas, the United States flag, and maybe the Confederate flag. I can't remember what the other flag was. So that's where the name Six Flags came from. So when you have a Six Flags in California or a Six Flags in Massachusetts, you know, it's a little bit more challenging of what those. Lugboat Captain actor Gavin died. Oh, that's too bad. Wow. How old was he, Sonic? The French's crispy fried onions, aka the stuff you munch on all day while making Thanksgiving dinner until you get to the green beans and realize you ate them all. Exactly. So I'm hoping these are good too. John, stay safe at home. Besides COVID reason, Magic Mountain. Yes, right. Thank you, John. Six Flags Magic Mountain is the one in Valencia. John, is there a Six Flags in San Diego? I know there's a SeaWorld down there. That would I think that might be the original SeaWorld is the one in San Diego. There's also a SeaWorld in San Antonio. Go figure. It's in the middle of the state. Why is there a SeaWorld there? But you know, I would think you'd have a SeaWorld in like Galveston or Houston or something. We have Cedar Point. Oh, Cedar Point. Yes, Cedar Point is in Sandusky. So Cedar Point, I don't know if it still is, but Cedar Point had the world's record for the highest roller coaster at Cedar Point. So yeah, Cedar Point is famous for its rides, MR. You're very lucky that it's close by. I've been to Kennywood. Kennywood at one point in time, this was probably in the 90s, at one point in time had the fastest roller coaster that went like 85 miles an hour. I've been on that one. The cool thing about that one is it disappears underground. Now, John King can vouch for me on this one. So they have a wooden roller coaster at Fiesta, Texas called the Rattler. And the Rattler goes through the mountain. So they have a hole cut in the mountain, and it goes into the mountain, comes out of the mountain. Wooden roller coaster. So it's kind of cool. I can't remember the name of the roller coaster at Kennywood Park in Pittsburgh, but the Pittsburgh area. But they did something similar where it went underground. So they had like this tunnel underground, and the thing would go underground. But that ride went 85 miles an hour. They said, don't lean forward. You can't lean forward. You're like pinned to the back of the seat. Ohio used to have a SeaWorld. That doesn't make sense either. Was it in like Cleveland? Cleveland would seem like that'd be the place that would have a SeaWorld, but I'm not familiar with it. Let's try these. Steel Phantom was the fastest all time. It was my first I guess your first upside down roller coaster. Val, would you eat pickle flavored donuts? Sure, why not? That doesn't sound that bad. Here we go. Jalapeno, fried jalapenos. They're crunchy. They're not soggy. That's good. SeaWorld, San Diego, 1964. That's what I thought, John. It was a Steel Phantom in Kennywood. That's what you were thinking of. Yeah, I was on that ride back in the 90s, and at the time it was the fastest. But yeah, I'm sure it's been that's been broken. There's one in Janice will know this. There's one in Knott's Berry Farm that goes like 0 to 80 in less than 2 seconds, and it uses magnets. And so basically, you know, usually the fastest part of the ride is when you come down off the top. The fastest part of the ride is taking off. So it goes from a dead stop to like 80 miles an hour or something like that in under 2 seconds. It's crazy. So you're sitting there in the car, and then all of a sudden it's like bam, you're just off. I don't remember the name of that roller coaster. Hopefully Janice does. Is Janice? You're still there? Janice has been quiet. It's now called the Iron Rattler. Oh, interesting. I'm already vaxxed with the best, and I am still COVID scared. Well, Ryan, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being cautious. I'm vaccinated as well, and I still try to social distance, and I still wear masks around other people to make them feel more comfortable. So, hey, Amy Cakey in the room. Amy, we got 15 minutes left, so you're not too late, but that's okay. That's the accelerator. You have to make sure your head is against the headrest, or you will have a whiplash. Yeah, exactly, Janice. So that's that. I don't remember when. It's been open for a while, right? Because I remember when I went, it was probably like, I want to say, maybe 15 years ago. It's been a while, right? These are good. That looks like a pickle chip. Look at that. They're kind of. See that kind of ridges on it? These are really, really good. They're very fresh tasting. They're not greasy or oily. They have a nice crunch to them. They're hot, but they're not crazy, stupid hot. They definitely have a jalapeno flavor. That's a thumbs way up. So I didn't realize that French's made these as well. So I'm going to definitely have to try the French's one. Val, do you invest in crypto? How do you feel about that? I do not invest in crypto. It's an investment thing. It depends on how you feel about it. Me personally, I don't own stocks either, because it's like gambling, and I'm not a good gambler. I don't like when I went to Vegas with reckless eating, I didn't spend a cent gambling. I think Matt allotted himself $20 or something along those lines. I can't remember exactly how much it was, and then he pretty much lost it all. And that's what I do. So my thing is, like, when I go into a casino, I just want to walk up to the cashier and go, "Hey, here's my $30." And they're like, "What's that for?" And they're like, "Well, I'm going to lose it anyways. You're going to get it eventually, so I'm just going to give it to you right now." So I try to enjoy the other things in Vegas besides gambling. And to me, stuff like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, stocks, things like that, it's gambling. I know a lot of people are successful at it, but not for me. But I don't criticize anybody else who does it. No reason to. Val, do you think they will make a vaccine into a cocktail drink? Well, funny you should say that, because when I was a kid, there were vaccines that they used to put in some sort of like tonic or something like that. So it was this like little cup, tiny little paper cup drink. You would drink it, and it had a vaccine in it. So they used to do that. I don't know that they would put it in a cocktail drink, only because I don't know, like, alcohol might kill whatever it is that's supposed to be useful to you. So I can't see that they would put a vaccine in anything that had alcohol in it, because I just have a feeling that alcohol would mess with it. But I don't know. Moderna margaritas, that's funny. Accelerator Knott's Berry Farm was the first test bed for Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. I did not know that. So I just remember it was pretty early. It was like, well, if you call like 2004 or so early. But Rattler now has a barrel row on the side. Wow, it's been a long time since I've been to Fiesta, Texas. Val, I got a QJK. What do you have? I will raise. I will raise you 50. I fold. I want mimetic vaccines that we can take while watching Val. That would be kind of cool. Have it come out of your computer. That'd be awesome. Make sure to watch the end for the full protection. And then come back next week for the second round. All right. So Trader Joe's crispy jalapenos, thumbs way up. Now our last one. You know what, it occurred to me? Now, Cassandra, are you still here? Like, nobody reminded me that we're not doing trivia questions. What? Nobody reminded me. We have not done a single trivia question. We've not asked a single trivia question. We've just been going through this. I've been yapping, and we have not gone through a single trivia question. Do you guys want? I mean, it's like we got one thing left to cover. You guys want you want trivia questions? Yes, no, or is it too late? Just don't worry about it. We'll do it next week. I'll leave it up to you. I'll start doing them right now. But let me know. Let me know soon, because we're about to start our last thing, and we've got like 15 minutes to go. So put it on the back burner. That's right. You reminded me once. I'm sorry, Janice. I missed that. You should have reminded me twice. I enjoy your jaw flapping. I have a flappy jaw. That's it. Yes, do it now. Val, I love your live streams. Well, thank you, John. It's always nice to have you here. They're offering free vaccine here at airport to 18 and over. That's cool. Did you try the protein puffs already? I did. They're actually very, very good. They're very cheesy. A really, really strong cheddar cheese taste. They have a nice crunch to them. They're not stale or anything else like that. It has a really bad name, protein puffs. It sounds like something that's supposed to be good for you and doesn't taste good, and it turns out that it tastes really, really good. So there you go, Amy. It's kind of weird. I see one yes. I don't see any no's at all. It seems like Sonic is the only one that says yes, do it now. Val, what vaccine did you get? I got the Pfizer. I got that back in. The first one back in Christmas Day. Christmas Day it was. So had it for a while. Let's go ahead. You know what? Just to keep us honest, I will. No, I asked that question last week. All right, I'm gonna take that one out. So I asked that last week. Yes, do it. John King says let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So we're gonna do our last snack, but before we do that, let's go and read a card. We must have lost the Cassandra. Oh, there she is. No worries. Let's do a card, please. All right. Let's do a card. Okay, so the question is, let me hold the card the right way to actually pretend like I'm actually reading from it. And the question is, what food item is known by the scientific name of sodium chloride? Again, The question is, what food item is known by the scientific name of sodium chloride? And the famous back burner I'm going to put that on medium today. I want the medium and keep that warm. I'm out. Love to you. Oh, okay, Julie. Well, thank you for joining us today. Always nice to see you. Nicer to see you in person. Hopefully, we will take care of that soon, and we'll let that happen soon. So, Julie, I miss you, and I love you, and I hope you have a great day. And say hi to give the girls a big hug and a kiss from Pops. Okay, so let's start into our next snack. And again, for those who came in later, this is in a plastic bag. And the reason this is in a plastic bag is because I realized that that kind of seal at the bottom is off. I don't know if you guys can see that, where it kind of goes at an angle. And I think that it's open down here. So there's like oil coming out of this thing. So hopefully I won't die. Because it doesn't, I mean, it does, that kind of looked like one of those zipper seals, but it's not. And hopefully it's just like oxygen didn't get in here and I'm not going to die. So if I do, we're going to make this a great show, a great last part of the show. No, not beef jerky. It is Acme brand smoked salmon candy. Now, salmon candy is like bacon candy. So basically it's kind of like caramelized with sugar. This doesn't look really caramelized, but there's oil on it. There's a lot of oil on it. Acme smoked fish is from Brooklyn, New York. So we're gonna go ahead and try that. You might not want to eat much. You know, so the thing is when something's bad, like can you tell like from the flavor of it? It's just falling apart there. It doesn't look bad. It smells like salmon. It smells like lox. Now, the thing about salmon candy, like bacon candy, is it's kind of like, it has some chewiness to it, almost like, maybe not like jerky. This one's not as sweet. It has a really strong smoked taste. Maybe the fact that it's smoked helps. To me, it just tastes like really good salmon. I'm not sure where the candy comes in. Maybe because they're in little pieces. Tastes like salmon. Ryan, it is too late to taste it and spit it out. I've already swallowed it. So hopefully I won't get sick. That would be bad. No, you can't tell from any foodborne pathogens. Well, I'll know in a while. Sardine jerky. Yeah, it's not jerky though, John. It's John King. It's really like moist. It's the texture of the kind of salmon you would put on bagels, like salmon, like lox. It's that texture. It definitely has a smoky flavor to it. It's not really overly sweet, so I don't know where the term candy comes in. I'm gonna kind of give that a thumbs in the middle. It tastes good. It has a nice smoky smell and a nice smoky taste, but I don't know where the candy comes in. Like, why do they even call it candy? Maybe because they're individual little pieces. Maybe that's what it is. Yes, Ryan, that ship has sailed. How many people say aluminum and caramelized as opposed to aluminium? Oh, is that what you're asking? Aluminium? Because I know that's a UK thing. And caramelized. I think caramelized is some, like, I think most people say caramel wrong anyways, and they say caramel. So, but that's an American thing. That where people say caramel, because caramel's wrong. It's caramel. Even I say caramel. I don't know why. You could eat that with crackers, add some tartar sauce, cheese, and an onion. You could. I mean, really, it's smoked salmon. That's all it is. It's smoked salmon. I don't know where the candy thing comes from. Val, if you are still good in 2 weeks, you are fine. Ryan, I'm more worried about 2 hours, but that's okay. I mean, I would give it a thumbs up because it's good. It's going to get a thumbs up because I don't know why they call it candy. I was expecting something different, something interesting, and it's not. So let's go back to our card and our questions. And the question was, what food item is known by the scientific name of sodium chloride? And the answers were salt, 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 sodium or salt. That is salt. Well, actually, this is a trick question because the answer is salt. You're absolutely right. Everybody's right. Everybody's correct. it was relatively easy, but you never know. Some people don't know that salt is sodium chloride. There are different types of salts. Like ammonium chloride is the salt that they use for salted licorice. So they don't use sodium chloride for salted licorice. They use ammonium chloride, which is why, by law, they can only put, I think it's like a maximum of 7.5% salt. They can't do any more than that because more than that would be hazardous. Let's do something. Let's do one more thing. I'll read another card just to get caught up. We have another 5 minutes. That's okay. Who created the first commercially available root beer? If you want to give me the company, that's fine. If you want to give me the person's name, that's fine too. They're going to be the same. And if you want to give me the year, that's even better. But you don't have to. So I'm just looking for who created the first commercially available root beer. Let's throw that out there. Put that in the back burner. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to mix everything together. Here's about the salmon candy. Let's take a little piece of the salmon candy. How's that? So we're going to take a piece of the coconut candy, the mega leche. Mega leche means most milk. So I don't know why something gets lost in the translation. And let's take, that's very sticky. Let's take 2 of our protein puffs and kind of embed them in there. There we go. Let's take a couple of our peanut caramels, which I'm going to go ahead and call burnt peanuts. And let's kind of embed those in there. Let's see what else we got. We got our crispy jalapeno pieces. I think just, 1 over the top should be fine. And let's top that off with just a little piece of the salmon. Looks like sushi. It looks like a funky sushi. That salmon cuts through. Too late, Ryan. That would be a good self-preservation move, but apparently I'm not good at that. I just took a little piece of the fish, Ryan. Should be okay. The Trips in the room. Welcome, Trips. Good to see you. Wow, cutting it close, but that's okay. Always good to see you. Glad you could join us. This combination is weird, but it's not bad. The crispiness of the cheese, the crunchiness of the peanuts, is nice. The coconut is really the strong. First, you taste the fish, and then it cuts into the coconut. So you get the fish at first, then the coconut. It's not crazy bad. The jalapenos are kind of muted, and the crunchiness gets lost with the crunchiness from the protein puffs. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna kind of give it a thumbs. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up, but kind of trending down a little bit, just because the flavors are kind of weird together, but they're not horrible. They don't conflict each other and everything. So just a little bit odd. I'm not gonna eat the rest of this fish. I'm not gonna take a chance with it. So I'll put this in a bag and throw it away. I don't feel any ill effects right now, but I might later. So I'm not going to take a chance with it. But it wasn't bad. I've seen the stuff that they put in their mouth on reckless eating. I think that's pretty tame. Oh, do we have Kelly? So John's asking how Kelly was, but usually it's not Kelly. Usually it's Steve. Do we have Kelly today? Did I miss that? Let's see. Happy Saturday, Sonic Jet, Trips, Kelly, John. Have I tried the Taco Bell Pina Colada Baja Blast? I have not. The last drink I had at Taco Bell was the what was it? The dragon fruit one, the dragon fruit freeze. Slow, haha, caught 7 catfish. Oh, cool. So which trips do we have on? Is it all 3, or is it just Steve, or who are we tripping on today? Oh, all 3. All right, cool. Good to see you guys. I felt so bad because I saw that you were doing a live stream last night, and when I went on there, it was already the recording, and I missed it. I kind of kicking myself. So like actually, you would see shoe marks behind me, but you know I'm not going to show those on the. It's a family show. So our trivia question was, what food? No, we already asked that one. Who created the first commercially available root beer? And the answers were, let's see, Acme Explosives and Soda Company. I like that. If Tom's not here, that's good that you added that in. Mr. Pibbs or maybe IBC Root Beer, Barks. Janice Yamanaka says Hires in 1876. The Cassandra is very specific. She says Charles Elmer Hires. John King said Mugs. That looks like it. So the correct answer is yes. It was Charles Elmer Hires. He made root tea from sassafras back in 1875 and made it commercially available in 1875. And that was the first commercially available root beer. Hires has, I remember like when I was younger, when I was a kid, you used to go to the grocery store to be able to buy Hires root beer. I think the company is still in existence, but I don't think they're making, I don't think they're making root beer anymore. I think they make like a root beer syrup or something like that, but I don't think they make root beer that you can go to a grocery store and buy anymore. If I'm wrong, somebody please let me know. But I don't think they're doing that. But I always liked Hires root beer. But yeah, they were the first commercially available root beer. So there we go. Let's see. Is Dr. Pepper considered a cola or root beer? Neither. It is neither. It's more like an elixir type drink, sort of like a Moxie. Dr. Pepper is. I like Dr. Pepper. I don't drink root beer very often, but IBC is my favorite brand. IBC is good. I like IBC. Got my first Pfizer shot yesterday. Oh, okay. We're going kind of back and forth. But I can see by the old clock on the wall, well, the clock on the computer, let's put it that way, that it is 3:02 p.m. We have gone over 2 minutes, but that 2 minutes in the overall scheme of thing, in the timeline of life, 2 minutes is nothing. But we've gone over it a little bit. I wish we could go longer so that, especially we have all 3 trips here. How often does that happen? We have all 3 trips here. I appreciate everybody who joined today. We had a lot of new people join, and I think people, for the most part, the new people were okay. And I think now they understand the channel. I think they'll be better. You know, got a little bit iffy there for a bit, but I think we're okay. But I want to thank everybody for taking time out of your day to join us. This is, again, I sound like a broken record, but this is always the high point of my week. Is the thing I look forward to every week is spending 2 hours with you. And it's a great community. I love the community. I love the camaraderie that we have here. I love seeing new faces and seeing people come back who I remember. So again, it's a long weekend for a lot of people in the United States. It is Memorial Day weekend. Make sure that you take some time out this weekend to memorialize people, because that's what Memorial Day is all about. But do have a good time. If you're going to beach, if you're going to barbecue, if you're going to do a cookout, whatever you're going to do, enjoy yourself. Be safe. Be careful. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.